Hey, welcome back to the channel. It is 2025. I am already starting to get some magazines in the mail from some of the top retailers on the new design trends and home decor things that you can expect to be seeing in the coming year. And I've got great news for you because the antique and vintage aesthetic is not going anywhere, honey. Not like you needed any permission on what to shop for, but for a thrifter, this is such great news and why I always hit home with you. If you want to try a trend into your home, you should try thrifting it first, because just like the saying goes, history seems to repeat itself, and especially with fashion and home design trends. I think one of the stores that you've probably noticed over the years that seems to have a vintage aesthetic at premium prices is a store like Anthropologie. Their displays are phenomenal. They always have fun with like whimsical patterns and work in animals and unique glassware, which leads me to the first item on the list, glassware. The aisles of Goodwill are absolutely loaded with glassware. Every single time I go to the thrift store, I just feel like there is just a plethora of stuff to choose from there. So if you have a fun party coming up, this is the perfect time for you to do a little bit of thrifting. I'm not trying to give you a reason to go shopping, but I am. But if you're having a party, like, why not get some fun stemware in unique colors, like some bold, like cobalt blues or greens. Stores like West Elm, Pottery Barn, Anthropologie always have really cute dishes and glassware. There's no reason you need to be paying retail for these. Oh, I'm so excited about the next top. I have a little list in my lap if you're wondering what I'm looking at. But the next item on the list are garden planters. Oh my gosh. Garden season, I want to say, is right around the corner, but it's not. But I just can't help but think about it right now. Oh man, I wish I was outside in the flowers and color. It is the time for you to be looking for some unique planters, or at least planters for your home, like for indoor plants. Look for things like pottery. You know those like pottery spoon containers that people always put on their kitchen counters with like spatulas and stuff in them? Those make for really cool planters for your home. Most plants that you buy at the store, like Home Depot or garden centers, they come in those really ugly plastic pots. The easiest way to elevate a plant like this is poke it in something else, especially something like bougie and fancy, something metal like a champagne bucket. You know, let's take this to the next level. I also really love the look of using wicker, especially like a wicker basket around an indoor house plant. For me and my aesthetic, come springtime, I really love to mix like a high-end thing with a little more casual vibe to it, just so it's not so stuffy and like uptight, you know what I mean? So if you mix a little bit of wicker or rattan or maybe like a wooden type of element in with things like porcelain, crystal, glassware, it kind of like makes them a little bit more laid back and easy to get along with in your house. I don't know what the weather is like where you live, but if you do have garage sales happening now, and especially moving sales, these are the ones you want to look for. Estate sales, moving sales. Everyone always crowds and tries to get into the house first thing, but honey, I found the best things when I go to these sales, either in the garage, you can find really neat old like picture frames and hardware and like cool stuff, right? Or like out on the patio or in the garden shed. And that's where you're gonna wanna look for your garden planters or maybe unique concrete items or metal garden decor in general. It's so much fun, and the prices are usually a lot cheaper for the items that you can find outside. All right, our next item on the list, again, one of my favorites, but vintage and antique rugs. Now, this is where I feel like you can literally dip your toe into the vintage world. So if you have mostly modern type decor, modern furniture, modern artwork, modern decor in general in your home, I think one of the best ways to incorporate a vintage or antique type of vibe is through a beautiful area rug. I've seen this so much in my interior design magazines, as well as on Instagram. I do follow some interior bloggers and stuff, and I've seen a lot of them incorporate antique rugs into very modern spaces. I'm talking like you like minimal, which is not normally a word in my vocabulary. Minimal decor, nice Persian colorful rug. Mid-century modern also works very well with antique rugs. Now, incorporating an antique rug in your space is a fun way to kind of change up the entire vibe, because not only do I feel like you're adding a little bit of fun element to your space now, you can also easily kind of rework your space by pulling out different colors within the rug itself. So a new rug, a new old rug in your home might inspire you to maybe pick one of the colors in the rug and repaint your walls to match that color and kind of pull out those tones. Or maybe just add some simple accent pillows on your couch that complement one of the colors within the design. So one of my very favorite rugs in my house, I'm like resting upon right now, but I got this on Craigslist. I don't know, are people still using Craigslist anymore? I feel like that's one of those platforms that's kind of going away. I think most people are selling things on Marketplace. Let me know how it is for you when you shop. Are you Craigslisting anymore? I don't know. So you might wonder about bringing in upholstered items like furniture or rugs into your home, how to get them clean. Well, you can get one of those carpet shampooers, you can rent one. I get my carpets usually professionally steamed just once a year, and then I have a little handheld cleaner that I use. And I also just keep my home just fresh in general, regular cleanings. So you might remember last summer, I started using Thrift in my car. They have these really beautiful scents that clip onto the visor of your car, and you can get them as a monthly subscription. Well, they also have home scent diffusers, and I am such a fan of these because you can dial down the intensity of the scent, which I think is such an awesome feature. So they have lots of beautiful scents to choose from that are premium fragrance oils, and they're free from all those icky, harsh chemicals. Okay, for the diffuser this month, I got this one called Open Air. It's like a really nice, clean scent that I think is just kind of friendly for any space. So I'm actually gonna probably put this in the downstairs bathroom because I like that fact that I can dial down the scent so it's not overpowering for a small little space. But this is the starter kit here. And again, it just has a really easy like magnetic cover on it. And you pop the fragrance right into the little apparatus itself, and the little cover magnetically clips back on. And then the back has that swivel type of plug so it can fit into any kind of outlet that you have in your house. The neat thing is with the scent diffuser, it can last up to 30 days. They also have really pretty limited edition scents for each season. So since you can kind of customize the scent intensity, you can put it in a small space like a bathroom, or maybe in a big space like a living room. Anyhow, I've been a huge fan of Thrift, and I think you will be too. And if you want to check it out, I've got 55% off your very first month with Thrift with my code Vintage55 at checkout. All right, back to the list, darling. Let's talk mirrors. You have absolutely, now look me in the eyes here. You have absolutely no business buying a brand new mirror, okay? If you find yourself looking online, scrolling around, no, okay? This is where we gather our thrift-spiration. We don't fall into the retail game of buying these things brand new, okay? We're getting some thrift-spiration. Create a little album on your phone. You know, you can do that where your photos are. Create a little manifestation album. That's what I do for things that I see, that I love, that I want to thrift in the coming year ahead. And I totally want you to do that too, okay? So no, you're never gonna buy a brand new mirror because there are so many cool vintage ones out there. Don't forget when you're wandering around at antique malls to be looking at the walls. I feel like that's a space that always gets missed when people are out shopping. We tend to look like what's directly in front of us and what's kind of like waist level on these tables and dressers and kind of little grabby things. Don't forget about the beautiful artwork on walls and the beautiful mirrors. You can find some in the most incredible frames, you know, that are really unique with gorgeous textures. I know I keep bringing up Anthropologie, but they do a really great job at offering brand new items with that vintage and antique appeal to them. So there's this very famous mirror that Anthropologie has, like an arch with gold around it. I mean, I want to say it's famous. That's kind of dumb, but there is this mirror. You'll know it. I'll put it here. You've seen it a million times, right? So this is the thing. Like if we thrift this, if we keep our eye out for something that has that general shape, you can buy. Remember Rub and Buff? I've talked about that stuff a lot on my channel here. That's something you should have in your little toolkit. Anyways, it's fun to use. You can also tape this bad boy off and spray paint a frame that's maybe the general shape of what you want, but not the color. How easy is that to repaint or spray paint something so fast. You're gonna save so much money, $5 spray paint. So speaking of manifestation stuff, this is how I do it. And so I know if you've been a subscriber of my channel for a long time, you probably go, oh, she always finds good stuff. Why does she always find the good stuff? I can't believe she found that. Ugh. You know, it's like, but I'm gonna tell you how to do, this is how I do this, okay? I make the little folder on my phone, and I'm not kidding you. I screenshot things and I have this little dream folder of stuff I want to find. And when you go thrifting, when you're going to garage sales, Goodwill, and all these antique malls, there's a lot of stuff. So it's easy to get overwhelmed. And if you kind of recenter and focus before you like, get your head in the game, is what I'm telling you, before you start your day, scroll through your little folder so you can get zoned in on the thing, you know, that you're looking for. And also I become a bit obsessive about finding the thing. So if you're my friend or you're my mom in my real life, they can attest to how much I talk about whatever I'm looking for when we go out. So example, I wanted to find those swan chairs. And if you've been subscribed, you know the swan chairs. I actually found them on the week of my birthday, and I wanted to find these chairs for over a year. I had them on my little list, and I was really searching for these things, and I saw a moving garage sale, and they had 2 of them. Guess what? I got those chairs for $35 a chair, okay? Do you know how I did it? I obsessed about it. I literally went on Facebook like multiple times a day on Marketplace looking for bird chair, swan chair, carved chair, figural chair. So if you have something that you're searching for, try and think of different ways people might word said item. That might help you find what you're looking for in this hodgepodge of stuff out there. So I guess my tips to finding what you want, you got to get out there and look for it. You got to make a little folder on your phone, and you got to start getting obsessed about it, and then you're going to find the thing. Ooh, artwork. Okay, this is going to be fun. So I'm kind of curious what you think about this, because remember how the gallery wall was everywhere. Everybody was doing gallery walls. It was kind of like dig through the garage, dig through your closets, gather all the stuff, and let's throw it all on a wall. And you know what? I don't know if that's going anywhere or not. It might be here for a while. I'm curious what you think. Do you think that's like still happening, or are we going more towards minimalism? Minimalism. See, I can't say that. But what I have noticed with some of my favorite interior stylists is using really bold, impactful artwork. Just one thing that makes you look at it. One thing that makes you stop and admire it. That's what I like. I can't say that I'm a minimalist because I like things that tend to have like a lot going on, but I don't really like a lot of things, if you know what I mean. I love that kind of bold impact type of artwork. I love something that's a little bit weird. I love something that's large and colorful that just makes you stop. Like, let's take a breath and admire her for a minute, you know? I like pieces like that. And going to places like Goodwill, gosh, they have tons of artwork and like weird stuff too. This is where you really want to keep an eye out for unique things. That's the fun in thrifting and looking for antiques. You should be looking for things and filling your home with things that are unique. You haven't seen them at your friend's house. You haven't seen them at your neighbor's house. You're the only one who has this thing. And also, I feel like when people come over to your house, they should get the sense that they know you. There should be your personality mixed into your home. I try to do that myself. And I think when people come over here, they get a sense that I love gardening, and I love feminine curvy things, and I love a little bit of whimsy, and I love fancy with some crystals, but I also like things to be a bit casual with really soft furniture to sit on and cozy linens and layers of things. So I feel like you should try to do that with your home too. Like, don't get caught up in these trends. We're gonna have fun, we're gonna thrift them, we're gonna save money on this, and we're gonna have fun looking for these things. But also keep in mind that we don't wanna follow a trend so hard that you are getting lost into it. This is your home, this is your space, and you get to decide what goes into it. Okay, I want to talk about lighting, and I feel like this is something that a lot of people are afraid to get for their home, because when we go to estate sales, remember, we're gonna go look in the garage for the things that nobody wants to look at. That's where you're gonna find the chandelier, okay? Habitat for Humanity. Oh my gosh, they have so much great secondhand lighting. Don't forget to look online and see if you have a Habitat for Humanity restore near you. They have incredible stuff that's like either brand new, maybe it was used in design and staging, or they have some really great antique lighting that I've seen. And also estate sales, you know, Facebook Marketplace. We're gonna have our little like roster over here of places we're gonna hit up when we wanna look for these things. So antique lighting, I feel like is something that people admire, but they're afraid to put into their homes. You know what? You can get these things rewired, and sometimes you can find a beautiful antique fixture, get it rewired for less than the cost of a reproduction, less than something that you would buy, say, at Home Depot. And then you're gonna have something really beautiful and unique, ornate with texture, a little bit weird. That's what we're looking for. Ooh, containers. I love this one. This is a really, really easy way, I believe, to elevate your home. Let's elevate the sugar. Why do we have a little bag of sugar or just a cube next to the coffee pot? No, we're gonna put it in something fancy. A beautiful porcelain, little lidded porcelain, little footed thing, something with gilding or roses on it. Something ornate with a beautiful little handle and a lid. Let's think about things like this, okay? So my mouthwash, I love this. It makes it so fun to like brush my teeth and do my Listerine in the morning. But my mouthwash, I have in one of those little bedside carafe tumblers. I got this at an antique mall. It's absolutely beautiful, and I have it next to the sink. How fun is it to like rinse and brush my teeth now? Oh, this is a cute one too. If you have a kitty or a puppy, put their little treats in a sweet little dish. There are things like biscuit jars, those little petite ginger jars, lidded glass, porcelain, almost some of the same things that you might be putting your sugar into. How cute for pet treats. Honestly, I feel like the bathroom might be the easiest way for you to incorporate these vintage containers. I have some of my bath salts in one of these lidded urns. I have my cotton pads in a Westmoreland milk glass container. It's so cute, like for my toner or for my nails and stuff with the little cotton pads in there. You could like scrape out your body butter, your lotions, and put it in a beautiful container next to the bathtub. That's such an easy place where I feel like we could get rid of those icky plastic containers, you know, and put it in something really beautiful and special. Oh my gosh, so speaking of gardening, I just wanted to show this to you. This has absolutely nothing to do with this video, but I was flipping through my Heirloom Roses catalog today, and I did not know, I'm the centerfold. It's really in the center of the catalog, but my garden is right here. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? They used my garden shot here in their catalog for their upcoming roses for the season. So that just I literally screamed out loud when I saw that, and it gets me so excited for gardening season. I have a lot of plans going on in the garden that I want to do this year, and you know that's like my happy space out there. Anyways, I was just excited to see that, and I kind of want to just share my garden geek joy with you. All right, thank you so much for hanging out today. I had fun with this one. I hope I gave you some ideas on how to kind of manifest those things that you're really looking for in the coming year. Please comment below, and let's start doing that now. Let's put those things on the list. I'm curious, what is the weird, unique, or maybe updated thing that you want to do with your home this year that you're looking to thrift? Please drop a comment below and let me know what you've been searching for. And also, thank you so much to Thrift for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget, if you want to check them out, I've got 55% off your first subscription at Thrift with code vintage55. Thanks a bunch, and I'll see you in the next video.